Alright guys, today we're going to be talking about slopes. Now a slope is defined as the slope or gradient of a line is a number that describes both the direction and the steepness of a line. Now the formula we're going to be using for this is m equals rise over run, which is known as the y value or the up and down. So the rise could be either up or down, and run could be either left or right, depending on which direction you're going. More simply, it's going to be called the change in y or the change in x. Now for x1 and y1s and x2 and y2s, these are the coordinates of the first point and the second point. So looking at our first example here, we have our first starting point right here. So we know that the x value is -3, so our x1 is -3, and our y value is -5. So we go to here, which is -3, going over here, which is -5. So this is for our coordinate 1. Now for our coordinate 2, what do we have? Well, if we look up here, our x value is -4, and our y value is, well, 5. So now how can we find the slope? Well, for this, all we have to do is follow our equation right here. So to find the slope, or m, we're going to do our y2, which is right here. I'll color this in red. So the y's must be y2. 5 minus a -5 over, we have our x's, which are going to be labeled in blue. So we have our x2 of -4 minus a -3. So doing this, we know that a negative and a negative make a positive on top, and a negative and a negative make a positive on bottom. So this can be rewritten as follows: 5 plus 5 over -4 plus 3. Our top is going to equal what? Well, it's going to equal 10. And our bottom, -4 plus 3, is indeed -1. Now, please keep this organized because we can just bring this negative out to the front of the equation to make it look like this. -10 over 1, which can be simplified down to -10. So our slope is equal to -10. Let's try another one. Let's try example number 2 here. So our first point is on the x-axis, -6, and on the y-axis, it is +3. For our second one, we know our x value is 5, and our y value is 1. So let's set up our problem again. We know our y1, our y2 and y1, so y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Remember, two negatives give us a positive, so 1 minus 3 gives us -2 over what's 5 plus 6? That's 11. So our slope is -2/11. Now you can't simplify this one, so we're going to keep it like that. Now last thing we need to talk about is slope-intercept form. You guys may have probably heard of this already. This is the equation y equals mx plus b. Now we just talked about this variable right here, the m, which is our slope. And using the slope, we can find both our x and our y value knowing some constant. This b is just a random spot. This is our spot we're going to start in. This can be any number on the graph, just one singular location. That's all we need. So let's look at some examples here. We need it to be in the y equals mx plus b formula. So looking at the first one, we have y minus 4. I'll rewrite it down here so it's a little bit bigger. Y minus 4 equals negative 7 times x minus 6. Now we need to get y by itself here. So how do we do that? Well, first thing we need to take care of first is we need to get rid of this parentheses right here. So how do we do that? Well, we just multiply 7 by each of the numbers inside of it. So rewriting this, we will have, let me change my colors back, y minus 4 is equal to negative 7x. Negative times a negative gives you a positive, and you should get 42 plus 42. Let me make that a better plus sign for you. Plus 42. Now we can bring this 4 over. So now we have how to do that. Well, the opposite of subtracting is adding. So we're going to add 4 to both sides. So our y is going to be equal to negative 7x plus 42 plus 4, which our final answer, y is equal to negative 7x plus 46. Now the last example I want to do with you is this one. Again, I'll rewrite it to be a little bit bigger for you. We have starting out with 7x plus 2y is equal to 5. So the first thing we need to do is get the y variable by itself. How to do that? Well, we need to bring over the 7x to the other side. So if we know this is a positive 7, how do we get rid of a positive 7? Well, we subtract. Because the opposite of addition is subtraction, but we do it to both sides. So now we're going to rewrite our equation of 2y is equal to negative 7x plus 5. Now we know that this is going to be 2 times y. So how do we get y by itself? Well, we divide by 2. And if we divide this by 2, we need to divide everything over here by 2. Now if you're using this, I do not mind them being left in fractions if you want to leave them that way. I am going to be leaving them in fraction form. So now we have y is equal to negative 7 over 2x plus 5 over 2. And this right here is your final answer for slope-intercept. So if you guys found this video was helpful, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me or schedule a meeting with me. I'll be more than happy to do more examples for you. In any case, have a great day and enjoy it.